nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler, wild boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track of dust, life on edge, unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, every burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Speeding mud loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set these drivers loose. The fun is about to get started. These drivers are getting ready to rock and roll here this afternoon. As drivers out there on the racetrack, they are getting ready for a little bit of qualifying as they're jumping out onto the racetrack here, laying down their quickest lap times here on the evening. We do see Carl Kilgore out there in the 69 ride. We see James Miller in the 22 machine. James Frazier, Kyle Todd out there on the racetrack, as well as Mr. Peacock. Josh Peacock in that JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports number 61 P-Ride, looking to have himself a good day. Curtis Bishop out there on the track, as well as Kilgore in a different looking paint scheme here for the afternoon. Is not a big field, so this race will probably go by pretty quickly. We're going to be pounding back the laps in a quick hurry. These drivers are going to be putting in the work here very quickly here on the afternoon. So things will move fast. Things will go quick as my boy Justin Young, Mr. Young coming in, says hello there, race fans, and Aaron. Hello there, Mr. Young. How are you here this afternoon? How you doing? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day. Hopefully you're ready to watch some great racing, some great action here on the afternoon, as well as these drivers, man, they're getting ready to go to battle. They're getting ready to duke it out here this afternoon, and this should be another fun one. There should be another great day of racing action. Changing it up here a little bit. You know, we've seen these mini stocks on the dirt track quite often, but now we get to catch them here on the asphalt. I do believe the one-off asphalt race we have here on the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association schedule here this year. So kind of a oddball race, kind of right in the middle of things to really mix things up, really make things a little bit more different. As Mama Bear says hello from Iowa. Mama Bear, we're all from Iowa here today. We're all tuning in from the beautiful Iowa Speedway here this afternoon, as we're all here in Iowa. As Ty Dickinson, Sweet T himself coming in with the heart reaction. Mama Bear coming in with that heart reaction as well. Ryan Carnegie coming in, showing the love with that thumbs up here on the broadcast. How are you, Ryan? How are you, Ty? Mama Bear, hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday as we get ready to watch these drivers get ready to duke it out, go to battle, and fight for what could be a big win that could really help propel them forward in our point standings, where that could potentially put them into an area to maybe capture the championship here with the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association inaugural season here this year. So it's going to be interesting. This is race number 6. I do believe this is race 6 of the season, and now not having a lot of these drivers, we don't have, Keith Hackney or Jamie Massey here. They've been kind of the class of the field. They've been winning a lot of these races, especially on the dirt track. But with both of those drivers not being here this week and potentially not being here next week as well, this should be very, very interesting. Justin says, oh, this is an Iowa track. Where are the Naders? The Naders, they're up in the grandstands. They're somewhere up in the grandstands. Yo, my boy Josh Peacock, Mr. Peacock coming in, setting it off with the 500-star dono. Mr. Peacock coming in, setting it right off here in this one. I appreciate that, brother, coming in, showing the big love here this afternoon as it looks like we're going to jump right into a warm-up session. So, looks like qualifying, warm-up, and we're going straight into the race. So, no heat races, 65 laps on the docket for these drivers here this afternoon. 65 laps of racing action here for our A-Main feature event. And that's going to make things very, very interesting here. Now, I don't know how long these cars can stay out there on the racetrack before they got to go down pit side, before they got to make their way down pit lane and get some fuel into their cars. It's going to be very interesting to see, how long they can survive, how long they can last out there before potentially having a lot of these dirt track drivers come down pit road and having to make green flag pit stops. So that could be very, very interesting here on the afternoon. Huge shout again to Mr. Josh Peacock coming in with the big love here in this one, becoming the big D of the day, the big D. He says, hit me with that invert, baby. Oh, yes, Sirski. What do we want to do? Let's mix it up. Let's do like 3 to 6. Let's do 3 to 6 or something for the invert here. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's go. My boy racing Jason Fontaine. Jason coming in, setting it off as well with the 100-star dono, coming in, showing the big love here in this one. How the heck are you, Jason? Mr. Fontaine giving this giver. Boys, give her out there, give her everything you got. Has started a star party as well. A star party has been activated. Let's go, baby, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Star party activated over there on Facebook. Let's get that star party absolutely rocking and rolling. As this is gonna be a lot of fun. This is gonna be very, very interesting. We're gonna get our random wheel here. Let me quickly. Random number, no, not random number generator. That's not the one we want. We want the spin wheel. You know what? We're going to go with the 4, 5, and 6 again, because that's kind of what's already in there. So we're just going to go with that. Let's get this pulled down so you guys can get a good look at it here on our spin wheel. What we're going to do here. So let me make sure that you guys can see that pretty good. There we go. All right, so random 4, 5, or 6 will be the number again here this afternoon. We'll just hit the button, see what pops up. What's it going to be? What's our invert? Is it 4, 5? Looks like number 5. There we go. 5 is the invert. So top 5 will invert here in this one. Top 5 to do the invert here this evening. So that's going to mix things up quite a bit. Having that invert, making these drivers have to kind of make some moves and battle around and move around and everything else. It's going to be interesting to see, some of those faster guys in qualifying work their way up towards the front of the field. That's racing Jason coming in again with another 123 star bomb. Are you kidding me? Jason Mother Fluffin' Fontaine coming in, showing the big love here in this one. And Josh Peacock coming back in. He's going to back it up here with another 235-star dono, as well as we are on our way here to completing that star Mother Fluffin' party. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's hit that star party. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit it. Let's go. Let's go. He says, amazing, bro. I'm always doing amazing, Jason. I'm always doing good, brother, especially when I'm up here in the broadcast booth, when I get to hang out with all you guys in the comment section, and I get to hang out with all these drivers out there on the Speedway, man. It's always a good time to be up here in the booth. As Josh Ely says, make it a 2, make it a 2. Unfortunately, Josh, it's not a 2, brother. It's not a 2. 5 is our invert here for the afternoon. 5 is the invert, so that kind of mixes things up, really makes things that much more interesting, that much more intense here for the evening. Seeing some of those quicker guys going from, you know, the front of the field now to like mid-pack, and now they're going to have to try to work their way up and through. It is Jason Fontaine! Jason coming in again with another 100-star dono. Josh says, that's all I got. Hope to talk to you soon. Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski. We'll probably talk to you soon. I'm sure Josh is going to be up here in just a little bit. I'm sure he's going to be up here battling for a win this afternoon. It should be a lot of fun watching these drivers, Duke it out, beat and bang and battle here all afternoon, trying to pick up what could be a big win, which could be a series separating win points-wise here on the afternoon, as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. We're going to get these drivers stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go here. I'm going to quickly turn my camera off. I got to quickly make an order here real quick, but we're going to get ready for our starting lineup as these drivers going to get ready to duke it out. They're going to get ready to battle here in just a few more moments, and we are going to get right into the action. So let me quickly, I just got to quickly do a couple things over here. Yo, Justin Young, are you kidding me? Justin coming in with the 420 as well. Justin coming in, setting it off here as well. Brother, that is absolutely insane, my boy. That's absolutely insane. Coming in, showing the big love here in this one. Showing all the love here this afternoon, brother. Coming in with the amazing 420-star bump. Coming in with that like on the stream as well. Absolutely insane, my dude. Absolutely insane. All right, let me quickly just message buddy. Alrighty, so here you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You came here for a show. Well, here you go. As the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association drivers getting ready to rock and roll here from Iowa Speedway. These drivers getting ready to battle as we get 65 laps of racing action here for our A-Main feature event. And starting on the pole, it's the one of Kenneth Vess. To his outside in the 69 ride, that is Carl Kilgore. Starting on the inside, a row number 2 in the 161, that is Tyler Carnegie. To his outside in the 09, that is Josh Ely. And then we see that P61 of Josh Peacock there in 5th. To his outside, the 03, that is Curtis Bishop. And then we see the 22 ride, that is the 22 machine of James Miller. To his outside in the 1C machine, that is Ryan Carnegie. And we see the 661 of James Frazier, the 62 of Kyle Todd, in the 6 ride of Matthew Peacock, bringing up the rear of the field. 11 drivers getting ready to duke it out here from Iowa Speedway. And quickly, Kenneth Vess onto the loud pedal, looking to try to pull away as they're 3 wide right there behind him. 3 wide down into corner number 1. Quickly, that 161 right of Tyler Carnegie going to use the inside lane to his advantage. He slides up and in front of Carl Kilgore. Kilgore slides back there to that 3rd position, now trying to battle as he goes up the racetrack here. I'm not sure if that's going to be the move or not. May be able to carry a ton of momentum, may be able to carry a ton of speed, but will he be able to find his way up towards the front of the field, trying to roll that outside lane here? Definitely seems like a little bit longer way around the speedway, especially with these mini stocks. As oh baby, here you go, taking a peek down low, looking for the race lead. The 161 of Tyler Carnegie right there, ready to bounce, ready to make his move towards the front of the field. Just couldn't quite get there. Now here comes a big charge from Josh Peacock. Peacock looking to try to get that P61 up to the front here as he's working down low underneath the Carnegie. Carnegie looking to carry that momentum out at corner number 2 as he's all over the back bumper of our race leader. Here comes Kilgore. Kilgore right there, ready to bounce as well. Kilgore there in position at number 4 and looking for more as Carnegie goes up up the racetrack, now looking for that big run down the front straightaway. We'll see if he cuts down, maybe tries that inside lane down here into quarter number 1. No, he doesn't, stays in line, rolling that middle groove. It's Peacock down low, continue to work the inside lane here, trying to take the shortest way around the speedway. Seems like he can hang with them, especially on quarter entry, but quarter exit, that middle and outside corner really seems to pay dividends where they can carry that momentum, all that speed down the straightaways. But you do see Peacock that time able to separate himself there and find a hole between himself and that number 161. Slides up a little bit higher here, takes a little bit more of that middle ground, trying to see if he can carry that speed down the back straightaway. Here you go, door to door, down into quarter number 3. Josh Peacock looking for the race lead, and he is going to take it. Yes, can Vess have anything for him? Can he make a move to try to get back around? This P61 gives him a shot right there into the back bumper, but we do get a new race leader here at Iowa Speedway as Josh Peacock out in front continues to lead the way. Right there behind him is Kenneth Vess, and now you see Carl Kilgore trying to work that inside lane. The 09 of Josh Ely down low here as well. He's looking for a big run on that bottom side as you see Carnegie unfortunately sliding back here now into about that 4th, 5th position, battling door to door with that 09 of Josh Ely as Curtis Bishop right there ready to pounce in with the 22 of James Miller and James Frazier right there as well. You can throw a blanket over our top 8 out there on the speedway. Bumper to bumper traffic here in Iowa. It is a bit of a long jam. It is traffic here in this one as the 62 of Kyle Todd trying to join that fight here at the front of the field. As right there behind him you do see Tyler Carnegie in that 1C machine and Matthew Peacock back there in the 6 ride. A couple drivers a little further back as the battle at the front of the field continues to rage on. Here is right on our race leader's back bumper is that 69 rider Carl Kilgore. Carl Kilgore working that inside lane, going door to door here with Josh Peacock down across the line. It's going to be a close one, but it's still Peacock out in front. But Kilgore looking to jump up and take this race lead away. Kilgore take that top spot as this is absolutely, it's a freeway out here, ladies and gentlemen. Door to door, nose to tail out there on the speedway. These drivers put on a heck of a show for us. We're only a couple inches off each other out there on the racetrack. As Jason Fontaine racing. Jason coming back in with another big star bomb, the 164 star bomb here again in this one. Jason, brother, I appreciate you coming in, showing all the love here tonight. You and Mr. Peacock and Mr. Young coming in, absolutely setting it off here with the star bombs here this afternoon. I'm going to say all 3 of you guys, man, have the big D's of the day, man. Absolutely insane as we're 3 wide down across the line, 2 rows deep, some contact. Look out, James Miller almost going around. Miller almost going for a loop-de-loop. Somehow or another catches that 22 right, keeps it pointing in the right direction, and keeps on rolling out there on the speedway. Unfortunately, now slides back into about the 9th position on the racetrack as Josh Peacock continued to try to hang on to this race lead. Kilgore continued to work into his inside. Here comes Kenneth Vess again in the 1 machine, trying to reel into the back bumper of our race leader is Tyler Carnegie, holding on to position number 4. Slowly but surely, we have seen this number 03 rider Curtis Bishop starting to make some moves here as Bishop now looking down low, looking to go 3 wide here for position number 3. A little bit of contact as it's tight, racing out at quarter number 4 here at Iowa Speedway as they're still 3 wide for position number 3 here on the speedway. It is Curtis Bishop down low looking to try to make the move around Tyler Carnegie and Kenneth Vess. Vess up the racetrack. That's going to open up the door here with a big run for the 09 of Josh Ely. Ely looking to try to shoot that middle, looking to try to keep it 3 wide. But now for that 4th position as he pulls down to the inside of that 1 machine of Kenneth Vess. Vess unfortunately sliding back after starting on the pole, able to lead a few laps early in this race. Now starting to slide backwards here ever so slightly. Now the big question's going to be is, how are these tires holding up here on the speedway? Now we do know that they have the asphalt tires on these mini stocks. But what about fuel? Fuel may become a major factor here in this race. No caution flags, no nothing as of yet. How long can these drivers make it before they got to start thinking about heading down pit side, as we're only 15 laps into this race? We still got 50 laps left to go, so still lots of racing action here this afternoon for all of these drivers trying to battle, trying to duke it out for the win here this afternoon. It's going to be a very, very close fight right down to the very end, but it could be separated here. It could make a huge difference if we do see those green flag pit stops. We see it in real life racing on the asphalt. We see it in, NASCAR and a lot of these other broadcasts that we do with the Cup cars or Xfinity cars, trucks as well, is when you start to have drivers come down pit side. That's really when drivers start to, make mistakes, really run into issues, whether or not they're, hitting pit road a little bit quicker than the car behind them or around them, or, just a little bit getting on and off can be a struggle here for some drivers, especially going up through the gears. So it'll be interesting to see who can try to, open a bit of a gap, who can have that battle here late in this race with a bit of a different pit strategies. We do see a little door-to-door action here at the front of the field. Josh Peacock continuing to try to hold off Carl Kilgore. Kilgore and Peacock have both separated themselves now from that fight for position number 3. They got a little bit of a gap now between themselves and Tyler Carnegie, but this battle continues to range on. Carl Kilgore continuing to try to take a look down low, continuing to try to find a way around this P61 of Josh Peacock is the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs 09 laser engraving P61 machine of Josh Peacock at the front of the field, but Kilgore sporting the 69 ride here this afternoon. And he's looking for this race lead. He wants to pick up a big dump, but so doesn't Josh Peacock. Peacock, one of those drivers that's made couple of trips now into the broadcast booth, same with Josh Ely here in our first 5 races of the season. They've had some pretty good runs, some pretty good finishes, and now with tonight being a completely different style of a race, not seeing those 30, 40 drivers show up. We only have 11 drivers in the field. You want to try to take advantage of a lot of these other cats missing out on the racing action for not being here. They're giving up a lot of points out there on the racetrack to the drivers that showed up. So you want to make sure you can make it count, use it to your advantage, and potentially, put yourself into a position where, you can try to advance yourself, maybe roll a bit of a gap or take the points lead away from some of those drivers that are continuously up inside the top 3 here. One of those being Jamie Massey and Keith Hackney, both not in this race here this afternoon. So both of those drivers missing out on the race here this evening. They're down at the dirt track in Charlotte, and they're ready for some in real life racing, and I do believe they may miss out on next week's race as well. So they may be down there for a little bit. They may not be able to hop in here, and missing 2 races may be the big break that some of these drivers need to potentially put themselves into the winner's circles. We do see 1 driver around. Caution flag on the racetrack. Kyle Todd and it looked like James Miller potentially coming together, but we do see that 62 nosed up into the outside fence, and our first caution flag of the day is going to fly. Let's take a look back here and see what happens as Kyle Todd working down low, trying to figure out a way around this 22, gives him a shot right there, and just looks like both drivers get a little bit loose. The 22, unfortunately, trying to hang on to that car, slides down the racetrack, collects that 62 right, spins him up into the outside fence. The tough break right there. Both drivers battling just outside the top 5 as there's that contact right there, just enough to kind of break rear traction here in the 22 ride. That car slides up the racetrack. He's trying to keep it out of the outside fence, and unfortunately that car just completely goes around here as Kyle Todd shoots down the racetrack towards the apron. Unfortunately, right there, gonna get clipped, gonna go around, and then he's going to get nosed up into that outside fence. A tough break here for that 62. Let's see if we can jump on board with Kyle Todd and see what he can see here from the cockpit. Let's play this back just a little bit. See that initial contact as he was all over the back bumper here of that number 22. Trying to find a way around him. Unfortunately, wouldn't quite find the gap he was looking for. Makes that contact right about there. You see him get loose, shoots down the racetrack, and then that's where he gets clipped. Oh, man, that's a tough break, and pretty good hit there into the outside fence here at Iowa as well. That's a pretty good hit right there. So a tough break for Kyle Todd, a tough break for James Miller, as both drivers now at the rear of the field, as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing now. Fuel may not be an issue here on the afternoon. I'm quite surprised we didn't see a lot of these drivers come down pit road as Van Honeymaker coming in, showing the love. How are you, Mr. Honeymaker, coming in, showing the love as well. Says, oh dang is right. Oh dang is right. As yeah, definitely interesting here. I'm amazed that maybe it's just because pit road's still closed. We'll have to wait and see if fuel or tires may play a major factor in this evening's race, whether or not we're going to see these drivers come down pit road or stay out there and try to, use this gas here or fuel that they already have on the car. So doesn't look like they're going to come down pit road as lights are off the official iRacing pace car. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to battle. It's Mr. Massey. What's good, Massey? Says, hell yeah, says Massey. Massey, how are you, brother? How you doing this afternoon, man? How's the dirt track at Charlotte, my dude? Did you guys get out there for practice today? I know, pretty sure I saw Keith post a photo or something. You can call me Ban. Ban, okay, let's go, Ban. Let's go. Coming in, showing the big love here in this one. I appreciate that. We'll call you Ban. 100%. It's Ban coming in, showing the love here this afternoon as these drivers duking it out here at Iowa Speedway. Missing a lot of our field. Normally we see, 25, 30, 40 drivers of these mini stocks here. I think the asphalt really scared a lot of them away. We know that a few of them are out in real life racing, getting ready for the World Finals there at the dirt track at Charlotte, getting ready to race their mini stocks in real life and getting ready to race there as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, what they can do there in real life down at the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte. I know Massey's going to be one of those drivers to be watching here very carefully to see if he can pick up a big win there at Charlotte. We're hoping that he does. As out in front, Josh Peacock continuing to lead the way. Peacock out in front with Carl Kilgore there in second. Tyler Carnegie rolling there in position number 3 with Josh Ely trying to hang on to that 4th position. Is to his outside is that one rider, Kenneth Fast. Fast shoots up the racetrack, though. Unfortunately, scrubs that outside wall. He's going to lose a ton of momentum down this back straightaway, and unfortunately slides back now into the 6th position. As Curtis Bishop there rounding out our top 5 in that 0-3 now as the 661 and James Frazier back in 7th. Matthew Peacock there in 8th with Kyle Todd. The 1C Orion Carnegie and the number 11. It's actually the 22 ride in the 11th position. That is James Miller, who we saw unfortunately just go for that ride down through the infield here in that 22 machine, bringing out that first caution flag after contact between himself and that 62 of Kyle Todd. And so far, one caution flag, and this time on this restart, things are looking a little bit more separated here once again. We saw this group at the front of the field, the top 8-9 drivers there for the first, 10, 12, 15 laps of this race, really stayed door to door in, in a big pack out there on the racetrack. We saw the top 8-9 drivers, you could throw a blanket over them. It was like rush hour out there on the racetrack, but here during this next restart that we've seen, it's kind of been a little bit more separated, a little bit more single file. We see a couple drivers trying to battle back here for the 3rd spot as the 09 rider Joshua Ely tries to work to the middle groove there, trying to figure out a way around the 161 of Tyler Carnegie, and unfortunately did not get the run he had and needed, and that's going to open up the door down low for the 03 at Curtis Bishop to work down to his inside. So now the 09 is going to have to try to use that run to the outside groove here, see if he can try to keep that 03 back there and bang if Kenneth Best right there, ready to strike in that 6th position. It's now a little bit of a gap between Best and our 7th place driver, James Frazier. Frazier hanging on to position number 7. Here comes Kyle Todd in that 22 rider, James Miller. The 6, a Matthew Peacock in the 1C. Ryan Carnegie all right there, ready to pounce as they're 3 wide deeper in the field here. Things are getting very tight down through quarter number 1. Oh, baby, contact! Around goes the 62, around goes the 661, and the caution flag will come back out. Heavy damage there for James Frazier. Frazier just trying to mind his P's and Q's. An unfortunate contact here between two drivers that have already found themselves out there on the racetrack coming together. Let's take a look here as Kyle Todd down low, the 22 through the middle. You see how close they get down the front straightaway here, and some tight racing. Door-to-door action, 3 wide. Things get a little tight. The 62 gets a little loose down low, but I think the 22 tries to get a big run. I think he kind of comes down. Maybe the 62 comes up a little bit. Nonetheless, gets hooked up the racetrack hard into that 661 of James Frazier. Hard contact there for the 6 right of Matthew Peacock as well. And it's all 4 of those drivers getting pretty good damage. One driver able to scoot right around that was the 1C rider, Ryan Carnegie. Carnegie, he said, see you later, fellas. I'm not getting into this one. He did not want to be a part of that. Let's see if we can take a look here from his driver cam, his helmet cam here, as you see them battling 3 wide in front of them. He's going to get a great look at this one as they're going to make some contact. There you go. He sees him go around. He just shoots her down low and drives away from it. Some good driving right there and just keeping himself out of that trouble. Let's see if we can jump on board here as well with the number 62 rider, Kyle Todd. Is Todd one of those first drivers to unfortunately get tied up in this one? He's the one who gets, hooked in that right rear quarter panel and sent up the racetrack into James Frazier, into Matthew Peacock, and tough break right there. Couple heavy hits, a couple tore up race cars. We'll get some drivers down pit road making these caution flag pit stops, getting their cars repaired, making sure that they're all ready to come back in. As you see Kyle Todd down pit side, same with that 6 right of Matthew Peacock. So making some pit stops, same with James Frazier coming in here on lap 29, making sure that they get all their damage repaired and making sure that their cars are ready to rock and roll here for the restart. As Mama Bear says, where are you at, Jamie Massey? Yeah, Massey, unfortunately, Mama Bear, Massey's at the beautiful dirt track in Charlotte here today. I'm pretty sure him and Mr. Hackney both went down there for some practice in the mini stock for the World Finals coming up on November 6th to 9th. For the mini stocks, I do believe that's where they're going to have the late models, the World of Outlaws there for their final show this season. Same with the dirt car modifieds will be there, and I think maybe pro stocks as well. And I think that's it that are there, but I could be wrong. There could be more classes in there as well that I'm not sure of, but nonetheless, unfortunate break for Massey, unfortunate break for Hackney not being here this afternoon, but a door wide open here in the point standings to try to leapfrog those 2 drivers, those competitors here on the night, trying to use it to their advantage to maybe put themselves into the lead here in our point standings with only 4 more races left to go after this evening. As Josh Peacock out in front. Peacock leads the way with Kilgore still staying right there in position number 2. Josh Ely there in 3rd as here comes Tyler Carnegie. Can advance back up inside the top 5. His vest all over the back bumper there of that 161 ride. The 03 of Bishop slides back into that 6th position as here comes James Miller trying to work himself back up through the field. The 161 of James Frazier working right there to his outside. As they get close together again to almost make a contact there in quarter 1 and 2. Both drivers able to stay off each other and keep on rolling as here comes that 62 rider, Kyle Todd. Kyle Todd seems to have a pretty quick car here this afternoon. We've seen him pass quite a few of these drivers deeper in the field and then run into issues here over the last, 10, 15 laps and those first 2 caution flags on the afternoon. He seems to have a pretty good handle on the 62 ride. Almost a car that could compete for the race leader up inside the top 5 here this afternoon. We'll have to wait and see if he can jump up there and make the right moves and try to put the 62 up towards the podium here this afternoon. is out in front. It's been Josh Peacock here for most of this race, but now you see a big 3-wide run as here comes Josh Ely. Ely not waiting around anymore, goes 3 wide and jumps into the race lead, but they're gonna pay him back down through 1 and 2. Still 3 wide here at the front of the field. Unfortunately for Ely, not getting the run he was hoping for down the back straightaway, but now the bit of a slide jump there from Carl Kilgore. As Kilgore looking for the race lead, a beautiful crossover move out of that P61 of Josh Peacock, as Peacock will slide back into the top spot here in this one. So Peacock staying out in front as Ely trying to stay in position number 2, but Kilgore not done yet. He's going to battle back down to the inside of the 09 rod. These drivers got to be careful as here comes the rest of the field starting to hunt him down as well. Tyler Carnegie right there ready to pounce. Same with Curtis Bishop starting to close in on those top 4 competitors on the Speedway. The more they run door to door, the more they keep slipping and sliding around the racetrack, making moves around each other. It's going to wear their equipment out, wear their tires out a little bit more here, and it's going to slow them down enough where maybe the 03 ride, the 1 ride, some of these drivers deeper in the field that have been taking a little bit more easy can try to hunt them down and make their way to the front of the field here this afternoon. As Josh Peacock continuing to lead the way. Josh Ely now into second with Carl Kilgore down to his inside. Tyler Carnegie there in 4th with Curtis Bishop there in 5th. Kenneth Vess, Kyle Todd, James Frazier, James Miller, Ryan Carnegie, and Matthew Peacock bringing up the rear of the field. So Peacock's at the front and the back here of the pack as we're going to quickly jump into a Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here this afternoon on Peacemaker Gaming. Pacemaker Gaming crank it up. Going to come to a close here in this one. As out in front, we've seen a couple things change. It's now Carl Kilgore here at the front of the field in the 62 ride. Then we talked about there before the restart. We talked about how he got collected in the first two caution flags of the afternoon, but seems to have a very fast car here in that orange and black ride. And now he's worked himself into position number 2 on the Speedway. Kyle Todd working his way to the front of the pack here this afternoon. He's looking very, very good, very fast out there on the Speedway. And we talked about him. We said he might have that speed to be able to work himself into the podium, maybe into victory lane here earlier on, as he showed to have quite a bit of speed, passing a lot of cars out there on the racetrack. We do see one driver turn around there. That is the 1C machine. It's a tough break right there for Ryan Carnegie. Let's take a look back and see what happened here to Mr. Carnegie, as we'll take a quick look back. The 1C, not sure if he gets a little contact, a little help right here from the 22. Gets loose, bounces off the 22 ride. Unfortunately slams down into that inside fence there, gets that car turned around. No caution flag on the Speedway. Keep it clean and green, as out in front, Carl Kilgore looking for the win here this afternoon. So Kilgore looking to put himself into victory lane here in this one. Kilgore at the front, showing these drivers how to get it done. Is my boy Albert Anderson. Albert coming in, showing the love as well with the like on the stream. How are you, Albert? Albert coming in, showing the love here this afternoon, as all these drivers coming in, showing the love. Everyone coming in, showing all the big love here with the likes and stars and everything else, man. We appreciate each and every single one of you. As Halloween tomorrow. Chat, should we dress up for Halloween tomorrow and maybe do a little Call of Duty stream or something tomorrow for maybe a little subathon or something? Maybe we should get something like that going. As Jamie, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I told Jamie he's down at the dirt track in Charlotte. I told him, he's got to shout out Peacemaker when he wins. He's got to give a shout out to the best broadcaster here at iRacing. So this is most definitely. I appreciate that, brother. I know you're going to be the car to beat, man. I'm not sure if the boys, if Bryce or Ty or any of them have the link or anything to watch that, but I'm definitely going to hope to see some racing here at you, man. I'm hoping to be able to catch a little bit of it. I'll have to try to stay updated, whether it's yourself or Keith or anyone that throws in the time sheets and stuff, when you guys are going to be racing, when you guys will be out there on the racetrack. But to be able to watch you there, battling and racing in real life at Charlotte, man, at the dirt track at Charlotte, one of those racetracks that we've seen you race on the simulator, hundreds of times, but to be able to watch you do it in real life and battle there for all the pride and glory, man, we definitely want to see that. We definitely want to see what you can do and how you can get it done, and see if you can get it done there at the beautiful dirt track there in Charlotte Speedway. As out in front, it's Carl Kilgore, who's looking to get it done here this afternoon from Iowa Speedway. As down across the line, he will click off another lap, and we see 7 more laps left to go here in this one. 7 more laps to duke it out here this afternoon for Carl Kilgore. Kilgore continues to lead the way. Josh Peacock back around Kyle Todd as Todd slides back to that 3rd spot here, battling for that 2nd position, and it's allowed Kilgore to work himself out to about a 1.7 second lead now over the 61 and the 62 machines on the Speedway. Josh Ely back there in position number 4 and looking for Morris Curtis Bishop there in 5th. Tyler Carnegie back in the 6th spot on the Speedway with Matthew Peacock and James Frazier battling here for 7th and 8th. James Miller back in position number 9 with Ryan Carnegie and Kenneth Vance bringing up the rear of the field. We did see Kenneth Vance unfortunately make an unscheduled pit stop down pit road. We also saw Ryan Carnegie down on the back straightaway there with some damage already on this 1C ride, and unfortunately both Ryan Carnegie and Kenneth Vance are both 1 lap down out there on the racetrack. But it's all Kilgore, as Kilgore continuing to open up that lead, continuing to pull away from Josh Peacock and Kyle Todd out there on the Speedway. As Kilgore at the front of the field here has almost a 2-second advantage now between himself and Josh Peacock. Peacock continuing to see that number 69 ride pull away from him out there on the racetrack, man. This has been a heck of a fight, a heck of a battle, and it's really only been the last 5 to 10 laps that we've really seen Kilgore be able to make the move, take that race lead away from Peacock, and then ever since he got that race lead, he got that fresh air, he's been able to continue to open up that lead more and more and more. And you see Kyle Todd right there as well. Unfortunately, maybe burning his stuff up, working through the field as quickly as he did, is that 62 ride starting to struggle a little bit here, sitting back in that third spot. We'll see if he can try to battle back to the rear bumper here at Josh Peacock, see if he can make another move to try to slide back into that second position. But everybody is chasing down Carl Kilgore here in this one. Is down across the line. We will see 2 more laps left to go. 2 more laps here for Carl Kilgore, as Kilgore looking to get it done, looking to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. As Kilgore out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here this afternoon. Down through corner number 3. Nice and easy out of corner number 4 here at Iowa Speedway. Carl Kilgore will see the white flag fly. So the next flag will end it no matter what. Here from Iowa is Kilgore, sitting pretty just on cruise control here at the front of the field, looking for the big win here in race number 6 of the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association inaugural season, as he heads down the back straightaway for the final time, down through 3 and out at quarter number 4 for the final time here this afternoon, down the front stretch and down across the line. The 69 of Carl Kilgore will pick up the checkered flag here this afternoon. Kilgore picking up the win, and he will pull himself into the Iowa Speedway victory lane. What a run and what a drive right there for Carl Kilgore, as he was the killer here this afternoon, picking up the dub and picking up the win here this evening. Is Josh Peacock going to settle in for a second place run, and Kyle Todd there in position number 3. Josh Ely, Curtis Bishop are top 5 with Tyler Carnegie, Matthew Peacock, James Frazier, James Miller, Ryan Carnegie, and Kenneth Best bringing up the rear of the field. But it's all Carl Kilgore, as he's going to burn down the house here in Iowa. Getting it done, picking up the big dub here this afternoon. You see Ely coming by, giving his congratulations to the Majula State Speed Shop, KC Speedworks, number 69 ride of Carl Kilgore's. Kilgore getting that win and pulling himself up into victory lane, man. What a run and what a race there by that number 69 machine here this evening. As Mama Bear says, way to go, Carl. Congratulations to the top 3. A great run and a great race right there for our top 3 finishers here this afternoon, as we're going to get ready to pull them up into the broadcast booth for their post-race interviews. Going to wait for Kilgore and Peacock to jump in there. We already have Kyle Todd in the interview waiting room. We'll have to wait and see if we can get Mr. Kilgore in there. We do see Peacock now into the interview room. We're just waiting for Carl to hop on in here, and we'll get our race winner up here into the booth for his post-race interview. I don't know how long he's going to be, but hopefully he's quick enough. If he's any longer, what we might do is pull in our second place finisher and then wait and see if we can get our next finisher in here. As Justin Young says, congrats to the top 3. Yes, Sirski. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there he is, our race winner, Carl Kilgore, waiting patiently down pit side. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Carl, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
I got you loud and clear, man.
Carl, man, what a run, what a drive for you here in this one, man. It seemed like that first half of the race was a ton of fun. A lot of door-to-door, side-by-side battling, everyone trying to work their way to the front of the field. And then you and Peacock, Peacock gets that early race lead, and then you guys kind of duke it out for a ton of laps here this afternoon. It wasn't until around, lap 50 or so that we finally see you be able to make that move, take that race lead away from them. And once you did, man, you never looked back, as you cruise control home to a big Iowa win here this afternoon. Over 2 seconds of a gap between yourself and Peacock to finish off this race, man. Take us back through it. Take us back through the fun and what's going through your mind now being up here in victory lane.
Oh man, we're ecstatic. I mean, I didn't come in this race with high hopes because I'm not an asphalt guy by no means, and I didn't get the racetrack until 10 minutes before the race. Didn't make a lap on it until this practice session went up, and man, our first laps around actual cars was in the race. So me and Peacock battled it out right there. It was really fun, man. My nerves were racked the whole time, and I'm pretty sure his were too. But man, like I said, it was a hell of a blast. I kind of got in a groove and was able to battle with him there for a little while, and then we had that caution, and I figured he'd get away from me because I didn't know how much tire he had or I had or anything like that. We was able to hold on to it and finally make the pass. He didn't give it to me easy. And then, like I said, we just kind of maintained our pace, kind of kept the car under us, and done what we know how to do. Not necessarily the right thing or the wrong thing, but it was enough to get the job done.
Absolutely, definitely enough to get the job done. And now, when he kind of made that move there on Peacock for the race lead, not too far back behind you, was that 62 rider, Kyle Todd. We saw him work his way from the back of the field up towards the front there. Were you getting a little nervous seeing that 62 ride kind of storm up through the field there? Do you think maybe he had something for you if we saw a late race caution flag, or do you think he maybe was able to beat you guys here this afternoon, just couldn't quite get the runs he was looking for there late in the race?
Definitely. I think me and Ely were in there together. We were kind of talking over the radio, and Ely said he thought he got new tires when they had that caution, and there was definitely that thought that if he got past Peacock, that he might have run me down, and we'd had to race for it. He definitely had a hot rod for the second half of the race. Man, you just never know how these races go. I can't say he'd have won it or we'd have won it or anything like that, but I think it'd have been a hell of a show.
Absolutely. Would have been a hell of a show, just like we saw here for majority of this race, man. A lot of great door-to-door action, back and forth, 3 wide out there on the Speedway. I will put on a great show here for us, even with the lower car count. Obviously, you know, some drivers in real-life racing here this week unfortunately couldn't make it. Then we had, you know, other drivers that maybe just, you know, didn't want to buy the track or didn't want to, you know, stress or battle here on the pavement. Some guys just like to stick to the dirt here, but it really opens up the door for, you know, yourself and Josh Peacock, Josh Ely to really gain a ton of points here on the, you know, that number 6 M rider, Jamie Massey, and the 69 Keith Hackney here this afternoon, as they've been on a heck of a roll here in the first half of the season, but now missing this evening's race and maybe missing next week's race as well. It really might be able to give you guys that gap that you need to be able to jump in front of them and hold them off here for a championship.
Yeah, I know. I'm not really racing for a championship after getting wrecked for the lead twice in Williams Grove and Charlotte. I kind of am missing the first 2 races. I don't really think I have a shot at the championship. Maybe Peacock or Ely does. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't been really keeping up with it because I feel like we ain't got a shot at all. So we're just here to race for fun. We're here to race for the wins, and we're going to do the best we can from every race we show up to. And, you know, we don't like to run second, so it's that.
Absolutely, brother. Well, you didn't run second here tonight, and you were able to go trophy hunting as you pick up the dub here in Iowa. Carl, who would you like to thank for another great run, another great race here this afternoon?
First and foremost, I got to thank Peacock for putting this thing on, and you for broadcasting, doing a hell of a job. And all these guys that we race with, they're a clean group of guys, and they make it fun and make it simple to race with. No headaches, no bitching, I guess you could say. But we just got to thank Majesty Speed Shop for everything, even though this is a fixed race, man. Them guys still do a lot for me, and everybody else that helps me out on the sim. Ely for always hanging around, and see if we can't get another one next week.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack next Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth and right back up here in Victory Lane for back-to-back weeks. Carl, congratulations on the win here this afternoon, and we can't wait to see you out there next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Good to be back.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Carl Kilgore. Kilgore picking up the win in pulling that number 69 ride here this afternoon. Normally we see him in the 6 ride, but here tonight we see him in the 69 machine. Different paint scheme, but nonetheless he finds his way into victory lane as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher here this afternoon. Our second place driver, the number 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock coming home here in P2. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Josh, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Taking a copy?
We got you, brother.
Josh, man, another good run, another good race here for you, man. We saw you lead a lot of laps in tough battle here early in the race, 2-1, 3-1, and then door-to-door action there with you and Kilgore for a lot of laps here this afternoon, but he was finally able to get around you, and then you had to try to hold off that 62 of Kyle Todd. We saw Todd able to get around you, but then later on, you were able to get that second spot back away from him, but by the time you did, that gap between you and Kilgore was absolutely too big to try to hunt him down here late in this race, man. Take us back through it and what's going through your mind after a very good battle here at Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, man, that was a ton of fun. You know, I was able to hold off Carl holding momentum line, and then me and him got to racing really, really hard, especially there at the end. And I seen Kyle Todd start coming up, and I figured he was on new tires. I know he went in the pits right there after the midway, right after the midway when they had the caution. And I figured that, you know, since he was on new tires, that I'd just let him by and he'd get up and race with Carl, and I could, you know, kind of calm down and get cool and collected and let my tires cool off a little bit. And that never happened. By the time I let him go, Carl started pulling away, so I had to get back up on the wheel. It's a really, 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 really fun race. I really enjoyed that.
Absolutely. Definitely looked like a really fun race. Even with the lower car counts, man, it was a lot of door-to-door, 3-wide, 4-wide action out there on the racetrack. And you guys were pretty much nose to tail, you know, fender to fender, you know, for a little while. It looked like, you know, rush hour in a downtown sector out there on the speedways. You guys were just all grouped right there, continuing to battle door-to-door out there on the speedway, man. Putting on a heck of a show for us. As I said, yeah, lower car count, only 11 drivers, but I think, you know, just the fact that it's asphalt probably scared away a lot of the dirt guys here this afternoon, but nonetheless, you guys put on a heck of a show, and it really opens up the door for you to try to earn those extra points here to use towards the championship and maybe knock Jamie Massey or Keith Hackney out of the top spots here in the points.
Shit, I don't think there's no catching them. I think we might get lucky and catch Keith. I think Keith has already missed 2 races, so we'll see how that boils down to the drop weeks and all, but yeah, I mean, I'm here for a good time, man. Like I've said before, this is probably one of the 3 or 4 races I've actually finished and hadn't got wrecked out of, or, you know, got sent to the tail, or, you know, whatever. I'm like a fat girl at prom, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Absolutely, brother. Well, another great run and another great race for you here in this one, Josh. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance here this evening?
First off, give a shout out to the guys at Bulletproof Motorsports. You know, all of them fucking laid out on me tonight, but it be what it be. But you know, give another big shout out to everybody that comes racing with us. You know, not just this week. I know car count was lower, but you know, we still put on a hell of a show. Give a shameless plug to JP Designs putting a wrap on the car. Give a shout out to Carl at KC Speedworks. Steve Bigler at Traction by Boosted. You for coming out and doing the broadcast. Josh Ely at 09 Laser Engraving. Always forget him. And then Briar's Wire and Electrical.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Josh, 4 more races left to go here in this season, man. We can't wait to see how this one plays out, how it all finishes off, as we'll see you guys back in action next Wednesday, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe one spot better, and up in victory lane yourself.
Man, that's the plan. It'd be real nice to, you know, at least win one of my own races.
I'm sure without a doubt, if Jamie and Keith miss next week, I think you might get that one. I think you might get it. I think you got it in the bag, brother.
Man, you have a good way of just pepping somebody up, making sure they're not here.
Exactly. Well, I do believe they're racing still next week, so they might not be here.
I believe they will, but regardless, I appreciate everybody.
Absolutely, mister. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations on the great run here. We can't wait to see you back out there next Wednesday.
Thanks, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Josh Peacock. Peacock coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for that P61 machine here this afternoon. As now we'll get ready to pull in the 62 ride as our third place finisher, Kyle Todd, coming home there in third. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Kyle, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Taking a copy?
Yes, sir.
Kyle, man, a great run and a great drive here for you in this one, man, as you're able to work yourself up through the field here after a couple early issues on the Speedway. You're able to come down pit side, get those fresh tires, but I think even before that, man, you showed a lot of speed. You looked like you had a really fast car. We talked about it before the restart there, our second restart of the day, or third restart, something like that. Around that lap 30, the halfway marker, we talked about how the 62 rat seemed to be really fast, man. You were able to cut through a lot of those drivers deeper in the field in a quick hurry, with everyone being fairly close in times. It seemed like you had a fast car that could compete for a podium run, and we called that out, and here you are, finishing it off on the evening in that third spot, man. Take us through the race, take us through the evening as you park this ride up here on the podium.
A little bit of luck. Was able to, you talked about that first incident. I won't get too into it, but people just want to go up in there and use you up, and then you return the favor or whatever part of it. But this was actually the first time I've ever run asphalt. I've been on this game probably a month and a half, and that was my first asphalt race, first time doing it, and it was a blast, man. I mean, I was fairly surprised by how competitive I was able to be. So,
heck yeah, dude. First time out there experiencing the, asphalt side of iRacing, and you're able to take full advantage of that, man. Coming home with a very solid run, beating a lot of very great drivers here this afternoon, man. Kind of take us through some of those passes, late in the race, battling with Peacock and trying to see if you can hunt down our eventual race winner, Carl Kilgore.
yeah, once I got them tires, man, it thing come to life. I was trying to be smart and not burn them up because, I mean, I didn't know if it was wear or temperature, what the biggest deal was on the asphalt side, but I just tried to ride. But man, that's some point you got to go. I know I passed fourth. I went 3 wide and got them, and then caught Josh and Carl. They were racing pretty hard, and I just got up to them and was trying to get around them. I passed Josh at one point, and then I think at that point I done burnt the stuff back up. But I was sitting there talking to my buddy. He made me a car for dirt. I didn't even know this was an asphalt race tonight, or I would have got him to try to throw me something together for it. But Ben Crook Designs, I was talking to him. I told him I think I've been doing the wrong thing. I might have to go asphalt racing now.
Yeah, it may be time to try to experience more of the asphalt stuff, see what you can do. Definitely a solid performance, a solid run here for you as you park that 62 right up here on the front straightaway. Kyle, who would you like to thank, man, for such a great run and great performance here this afternoon?
Josh Peacock with this series, man. I'm not sure exactly what week I joined. Like I said, I was on here a month and a half, or that's as of right now. That's how long I've been on. I missed the first week. Just wanted to get some seat time before I got in there and raced with them guys because, I mean, I felt like I could be competitive, but there's a lot of these guys in here like Jamie, Keith, all them, Carl. They're just blistering fast, and I don't want to get out here and don't want to get in their way or make a fool of myself, either one. So, I met a guy on an official race. Actually, it was Ben Crook and me, him, and a couple of my buddies that race in real life, and my uncle. We got Dirt Mafia Motorsports. We've kind of teamed up, and I trying to piece together some stuff. We got a money race coming up on the 16th that Ben's threw together. Kind of took control of that. We're all just, ain't the smartest bunch of fellers, but we're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, Kyle, a great run, a great job for you here this afternoon, man. Really looked like you got things figured out here on the second half of this race, and parking that 62 ride up onto the podium, man. Hopefully a good boost of confidence, maybe some momentum going your way, and maybe more and more trips up here, inside the top 10, top 5, and maybe right back up here onto the podium and into the winner's circle here before this season comes to a close, man, as that was a heck of a run, heck of a drive for you here this afternoon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's definitely the plan.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and congratulations again on the third place run.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Kyle Todd. As Todd coming home there in position number 3. A great run and a great job by that 62 run, man. Great drive right there for him. As Ben says, clean racing, never heard of it. Listen, brother, we like it when they ride a little dirty out there, okay? A little dirty, a little controversy. Controversy creates views, brother. So we like the beat and bang. We like the elbows up racing, trying to get everything you can out there on the Speedway, man. I'm all for it, especially when it comes to dirt track racing. Pavement, not so much, but I still like seeing drivers door to door, and we saw that a lot here this afternoon as they put on a heck of a show, a heck of a race for us here in this one. Kyle Todd coming in with that like on the stream, Joshua Neal coming in with that thumbs up as well on the broadcast. I appreciate that, fellas. And Ely says, nope, I'm winning next week, laugh out loud. I don't know, I could see that too. I mean, I don't know, man, even with Hackney and Massey not here, man, and we got all those dirt guys back in there, that's a good group of cars, man. Even like what we saw here, we see, Kilgore at the front, Kilgore, Ely, Peacock, you throw in Kyle Surratt and Tyson Pankow and some of those other dirt guys that weren't here this afternoon. You throw them into the mix there, back onto the dirt track, it's anybody's game, it's anybody's race, and it's going to be another fun race to watch there next Wednesday. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that's going to do it for us here in this one. We do have another broadcast later on this evening, and about 15 minutes from now, we will be back live again here on Peacemaker Gaming. We'll be back live, and we'll be bringing you guys some more awesome racing, as I do believe we head to Homestead Miami Speedway with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series with their their third to final race here of the season. So their NASCAR Cup season slowly but surely coming to a close already. 33, 34 races into the season now, so it's getting down to the nitty-gritty before we figure out who that champion will be in the inaugural Slingshot Sim Racing Cup series here this season. And it's gonna be a lot of fun to see who's gonna be able to get it done, who can try to work their way into that championship for here this afternoon. As hopefully you guys tune into that one. Hopefully I see you guys there. But anyways, can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Everyone coming in with the love here this afternoon, all the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And to everyone that came in with the star donos as well, Mr. Peacock, Jason Fontaine, Justin Young coming in, showing the big love here this afternoon with the star donos, the big star bombs here in the evening, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, but we will see you guys back here in just a little bit. Thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler while boys' laps get short. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight.